This is the tutorial video I've wanted to do for a while now.
Really?
Yeah.
Why haven't you done it yet? I mean, like, well, you're doing it right now, but why haven't you done it, like, sooner?
Yeah, I wanted to kind of say, hey, y'all can go to my channel and watch this looping video if y'all don't know how to freaking run tiles.
It's easy, but, like, you know, for beginners, you know, just showing people, it's just making, so, like, if you're gonna show some people, they're gonna like it, so they're probably gonna get the game. Because, you know, that happens.
Yeah, the biggest thing is if you want to know like how the survivors are gonna run the loop, you need to play as killer and vice versa. Because then you know what's the best way to go around.
Yeah.
And I thought I did not send us to this map.
Yeah, it just, like, it does this sometimes.
Maybe I didn't press confirm, but this is fine.
Where's it?
I see your scratch marks.
I don't know where any pellets are.
Oh wow, the hatches spawned automatically. Yeah, so this car loop would be pretty basic. So what you want to do, I'm not going to hit you for any of this, but you want to run around the loop like this. Drop the pallet. Yeah, drop the pallet the next time you go around. And as killer, you want to keep pushing around really. Sometimes this trash can thing is not as long.
Yeah, it's usually just...
And you can try to mind game or something, but as you see, he kept running. But that's how you want to play this. Or you could just break the pallet, although this is a mind gameable loop, so I'm gonna end the chase because I'm in Bloodlust 3 right now.
Alright. Yeah, let me find a better loop. Alright, I got a better loop right here.
Yeah, I'm chasing him. And he can link into this freaking House of Pain anytime. But you want to keep pushing around. This is pretty much, I mean it is mind gameable, but they can pretty much keep running around like this.
Yeah. It's like pretty survivor-sided.
You don't even have to wait at the pallet and slide back and forth and risk getting hit. You just keep vaulting the pallet because there's no entity blocker for pallets.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to,
he has one less, so you're obviously gonna catch up.
if you wanted to, he could do that and go into the House of Pain. Let me end the chase. So I can see if we can loop the House of Pain. To the House of Pain, this pallet can spawn either here or here. And if you'll come down here.
Alright, hold on, I'm coming.
I call it the House of Pain because it's just one big loop as a house.
Yeah, and the good thing is, like, with these, you can see through the floors. That's the good thing.
Yeah, that's the OP thing. So you can just drop the pallet.
Yeah, so, like, let's say you were coming right here, I would be able to see. So either I can drop the pallet or I can run up and save it and just get more loops.
Yeah, so you can drop the pallet and see how hard it is to mind game. Because I have to go all the way on this side. And all the way on this side. Yeah, you're not going to be able to react to that. So then, if I was pushing this side and broke the pallet from this side, he would run up here, probably vault this window, and sometimes, like right here, both of these windows are open this time, so he can be running from some other direction, vault this, and I'll have to slow vault it, and by that time he's here, ready to drop the pallet. And sometimes this window's open, I think, which is really OP. This one
Yeah,
right
but
here.
since like this is
Because you can
open,
run straight up the stairs into this window.
yeah, but like this one is not OP at all because like you can't really like really fast forward it.
Yeah, you have to medium vault it, but it's still a window, which the killer has to walk around this side.
Yeah,
And look,
you know,
once you go through this door, this window, you can loot back through this window.
yeah,
And then the pallets there is so much stronger.
yeah. This house is like actually overpowered with all the windows. Alright, let's go
Yeah,
find the loot.
no, I'm still at House of Pain. You can. What happened to me another game was this window's open, and so I was chasing a survivor around it. But this window right here was also open, so he was able to vault that one, vault that one. I have to take
I
this
don't know.
super long way around, and he pretty much ran it till Entity Blocker.
Alright, so you wanna show him what it's like to like run it?
Yeah.
Alright.
And there I would have got a hit on you, but assuming I was a bit late, you know.
Yeah, I didn't really know where the pallet was. Right there, you could have got a hit as well.
And I lost Chase there somehow. So probably one or two of those vaults wouldn't have counted.
You can also, blind killers.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have broke that pallet. I kind of wanted to show how hard it was to mind game, but people get the idea.
Yeah.
What's somewhere else? Would this work? I guess a tile like this.
Around trees as well.
So this is one of the weaker loops that can spawn between houses.
Yeah, this one's like killer sided just because how small this is. But like right here, it's like it's a little okay. But it's still
Yeah,
really
both
small.
of these sides are pretty small. Sometimes they can spawn like a pallet here or right
So if
here.
you would-
So it's super long to go around this one and
Where?
super long to
yeah,
go
'cause,
around
like,
this
the
one.
tree, like the tree and stuff. But like if you were ever in this situation, you would probably want to get the stone on the killer and run away. It's like this, you're gonna get caught on this.
But what I'm thinking is, if you were ever looping something like this, especially if it's the long one, there's also this window here.
Yeah, but you see like
So you
right
would run
there,
around a survivor like this, hopefully fast vault this window, and you would extend the loop.
I mean, yeah, but like you're gonna get a hit because of this tree right here. So you know you gotta kind of like go on the side of it. It's gonna slow you down a little bit, so you're gonna get a hit.
Yeah, you can try to fast vault that window from going like this way. Yeah, you totally can. And then you can pretty much just sit at the window until the killer vaults it, or goes this way, or goes this way, but either way, you're gonna be able to react in time and get back to this loop, so the killer pretty much has to force the pallet down. And when you drop the pallet, like, if you're standing right here, then the killer can also try to go around like this and get you. Which this is mind gameable, I'd say. But if he gets the mind game wrong, then the survivor can slide back over and go back to this window.
Yeah, but
Come through this window through here, back to this loop. Just connecting stuff like that is what makes it strong. You could even like come through that loop, vault through this window, and keep running this way. And there's another pallet. Oh my god, this is a disgusting spawn.
This is like, okay, come here. Like, this is actually overpowered. Now that I think about it. Alright, so you got this right here, right? And then you got that window right there. And then you got this window open right there.
Yeah, so...
And you got a pallet over there.
So if the killer's far enough behind you, you would come from behind this fence and just run straight to the House of Pain and start looping it.
Yeah, because like, there's just so much window, so it's hard to
if the killer's breaking the pallet, that gives you enough time to get to the House of Pain. But what I wanted to look at was over here, where they actually have this pallet spawned and this window right here.
Where you at? I just lost you.
I'm in the corner of the map, near this exit gate.
Exit gate, I don't know.
So you could risk accidentally dropping the pallet by pressing R1 too soon, but you would come from this direction, go through here, and vault the window. So the killer would probably have to go around here.
Oh.
You'd run this way.
Yeah,
and then
but
he
the
would
thing
drop the
is,
pallet or something.
it depends how you're running it. Cause like, if the killer's running it this way, you're gonna have to like, you know, come over here. You're not gonna get the fast fall. So your best option is, you know, try to like fake the windows. There's a lot of killers fall for that, where like you run through and you like fake it. They're gonna swing because they think you're gonna, you know, vault it.
Sorry, my brother came in. I didn't want him to interrupt. But yeah, this is maybe not the strongest example, but yeah, you fast vaulted that, and then I'd have to go around.
And the good thing is, you have a tree right here, so that's pretty okay. Like, let's say I'm right here, right? And like, I like, you know, pretend to run over here, then you can just run this way. And you know, there's a chance that the killer's gonna swing up the tree and then runs at a good distance.
No, you don't use trees like this. You wouldn't, as Survivor, come around here and go around this tree and loop into the window. You would just cut this fence closely. Or if you were trying to get the fast vault off the window, then maybe you would take this wide and go in like that. But sometimes that's riskier than just going for a medium vault. But I think we've seen enough here. This is probably just going to be the Haddonfield tutorial.
Best thing is to get a fast vault. That's the best thing you can get.
Okay, this car loop at these buildings.
Yeah.
If the Survivor drops the pallet, it's unmind gameable for most killers unless you're like a huntress or something. But sometimes also this pallet will be here, and right here a window will be open.
Yeah.
So then they can just keep going around this way, and you have to follow them, and it makes it super OP.
Yeah, but you see how long this wall is?
Oh yeah, these walls are also a problem.
Yeah,
so the
like,
Survivor would like run through here,
yeah,
go around this way.
Get bloodless, so you're gonna have to just drop the pallet to get rid of it.
And you can react as Survivor, like you don't have to go this way. You could also cut it shorter and go back to the pallet this way.
Yeah, that's like better because you can't really get a fast forward that way.
And then this van loop right here.
For me, it's like, it's okay, but like, you know, like, I can't really see your like red stain when you go behind it. So, you know, I gotta like stand right here and look.
It's pretty unmind gameable from this van side, like they're gonna have more than enough time to react. But from this bush side, it's rougher, but it's probably mind gameable.
You wanna loop it and see how it is?
Yeah, I dropped the pallet. So it's like, ugh. Yeah, maybe. But they just have to, if you try to mind game this side, then maybe they keep running to the other side and it keeps going.
Yeah, that's what a lot of killers do. Like, they go this side, they just keep going back and forth.
Okay, what else? There's this car loop, which is pretty explanatory. You go around.
And the thing is, look at this. It has a window, you know, right here, kind of wish, but it's not that good because you can't pass with that.
Yeah, look, I would have to go around this way or the other way. Just these windows right here can be kind of strong because it's like you vaulted the window and you just sit here, so if the killer comes from this direction, you run that way. If the killer runs from this direction, you run this way. And he's gonna catch you, but it wastes time.
But the thing is, like, with this, you have to play it wide because you can hit me through this. So, like,
And something I'm also seeing is this house right here. First of all, you can vault through this window, which is pretty unsafe because it just leads to here where the killer can walk to. This window is much safer because you vault from up there and then the killer has a slow vault and you drop down.
And this
Plus,
window is
Yeah, we'll cover the bottom windows first, I guess. That one is similar to the one on the other side. It's less safe, but you can fast vault it.
But the good thing about this house is if you have balanced landing, you're good. Because, like, they have windows up here and open doors and stuff. So if you have
Yeah,
your balanced landing,
it goes
you're good.
without saying that balanced landing, like, breaks this map. But once you come out this window, there's a pallet here. And this pallet, from this side, it might be mind gameable. This bush makes it more complicated. I don't think that has to spawn there. And neither does this hook.
You just dipped.
But then this side might be mind gameable, but it's kind of a commitment. But once this pallet's down, it's pretty much unmind gameable. They drop it. You go around this side, still chasing them. They vault over, and then you have another chance to mind game them here. But if you mind game wrong, then they keep running, and you're still doing it. This is kind of similar to a loop that's on some of the farm maps. And oh my god, look at this fence. If a survivor is standing here or something, you're gonna take forever to get them. Like, come over to this fence at the house we were just at.
Oh, you're in the backyard.
Yeah, and I want you to stand at this this point, like right here. In the middle of where these fences are. So you see how long this freaking fence loop is. I'll be like coming from this direction, and you can react. You can start running all the way, just going around this little triangle or whatever. And it takes forever to get to them.
As you see, you start catching up.
And then you've got this pallet loop you can lick it into.
Well, I accidentally stopped running.
And then you have this pallet.
Yeah. But
And
you
then,
see, he's gonna catch up. There's a bloodlust and all that.
and then sometimes I think a driveway spawns here, so that there will be a car loop like over there where there's a red truck here, and this pallet here, so that makes it even stronger.
The most, like, this is a good pallet. Right here. It's good.
Yeah.
Like, can you smack me?
You're not gonna be able to heal though.
That's fine. Most of
Like
my
right
build is
now,
supposed to
or
be injured.
you want me to hit you now?
Are we done showing them like the healing stuff?
Well, we've only gone through like half the map. We've still got more to show, like this main building. Sometimes this window can be open and it's really strong, because you can vault it, keep going around this way.
Yeah,
Vault it, keep
right
going
here,
around this way.
this pallet, this window right here is like not safe at all.
Yeah, you barely ever want to go for that one.
It's like, it's so small.
I've stopped placing traps right here, because it is hidden beneath this thing, like you can barely see it, the grass, but no one's gonna go through that window. Sometimes the totem can spawn in here, but this window, it's unsafe.
There's also like a window that can spawn right here next to the basement.
Yeah, the killer's camping the basement, like at the top of those stairs right there. Then the survivors have this window to drop from. Or if a survivor's running down the stairs from that way, then the killer can drop from here. But what's really broken about this building is these windows up here. This window, you just drop straight to the ground, but these other ones,
like you said,
you can get a fast vault on them.
Yeah,
And the killer has to guess
landing.
which direction you ran and fell. These are super OP because you can easily get a fast vault from this gen to this window. And sometimes people can do an exploity type thing where the killer vaults the window as the survivor's out there. Like, stand really close to this window and be a little, like, go to your right a little where I can I can't see, like, hidden behind this wooden thing. The killer will vault it, and they'll look for the survivor, and the survivor will vault behind them like that. Okay, where else?
Like, you could window tech, but I was like, I think they took it out.
But as you can see, the survivor can also drop, and there's this pallet right here, which can be up or down still, but we've dropped it already. So that's the Myers house. It's a really safe spot. There was also a window I looked at that was open on this other building in this corner of the map. You could drop down from there into that window and maybe get to this loop or whatever. But we've already been over there. It's taking us this long to review this map. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this loop right here would be really OP of a pallet spawned right here. Because you have this window you can link into, and both of these sides are long. There's like no mind game. If this pallet is dropped, then the killer has to go all the way around.
Yeah. So it gives you enough time to react where they're going.
Maybe they've removed those loops because I don't seem to notice them anymore. This building, it doesn't have anything special much down here, but you can fast vault this, get to the ground.
There's something okay up here, if you look.
Keep running back to this loop or in the house again.
Come up here. So like, normally there's like either window open, there's like a chance that one of these windows are gonna be open.
Yeah, if the killer's coming up here and you vault this window, it's gonna take him forever to get to you. Sometimes a window can spawn right next to this gym.
There's like a pallet right here. Just like, it's really hard to mind game this. It's like really hard.
You're thinking of the Freddy map, the preschool, where there's an upstairs area where there would be a pallet like right here. So here's a window you can vault. Yeah, this is a different map. There's a window right here you can vault, and I think I see a window. Let me just vault it. They would drop. And there is a window right here. But usually when the killer comes into this building, and there's also another window right here, Jesus. The survivor would be working on a gen, they'd hear the killer coming. Because this window is blocked, they can't vault it. The survivor will sit right at this spot. And they can vault this window. But if a killer's smart, he'll know that they're waiting there as he comes up the stairs, see them vault, and then go straight back down the stairs. So the survivor can sit like right here as the killer's coming up the stairs. And if he tries to come from this direction, the survivor runs this way and gets this window or keeps going around. And if the killer tries to go this way towards them, then they vault the window or they keep going around this way. But sometimes there's a different spawn, I think, but this window you fall down and there's like a car loop, like we saw on the other side, right
yeah, like
here. Yeah, like a pallet would spawn here or something. I wonder where that big hedge area is. Maybe it didn't spawn this time. I don't think it did. But there's this like 4 corners type formation of hedges that can spawn, and sometimes there's a pallet on one side, and that's completely unmonogamable. And these things right here, you might be able to shoot through it with Deathslinger or something, but I'm just not sure with the weird texture work they have going on.
Yeah.
And sometimes with these maps, a pallet didn't spawn here, but it can. Like I said, there's a pallet here, you're a survivor, you keep running this way, and you're just holding forward until the killer catches up to you. And the killer can mind game by chasing you that way, and then turning back and coming from this direction, and then he ends up running into you. But then the survivor also has this pallet, by the way. If the survivor's chasing you this way, he can just camp here and drop this pallet on you, or he'll be smarter and keep running.
Yeah, like some people like do this, like where they hide themselves and like when the killer comes, they just stun them.
Yeah, and they like snap into animation. And this pallet's mind game over here. but if you mess up the mind game, they can keep running. I think we've covered this whole map.
Yeah, I think so.
I might have to do another tutorial of this map because there were certain structures that straight up did not spawn. Like sometimes this house is open and there's a generator inside. And there's all this stuff going on out back. And then sometimes, like I said, the 4 hedge thing spawns, and sometimes there's a generator, sometimes not.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you can just go through the hatch and get this over with.
You just want to smack me and I see a chance.
Oh, you want to chase? That hearted through me.
Yeah. Whoa, am I scared you flew over here and you hit the rock? I swear to God, I see it. Yo, that's
And then you just slurp into the hatch. Entity displeased.
You want to be survivor now?
Yeah, and I might re-roll that map to see if we can try to get those 1 or 2 structures that didn't spawn. But if not, we'll skip over the buildings we've already seen and just go straight to those. I did pick Ironworks of Misery. I don't know why it didn't send us there.
You probably gotta hit, it does that. I think you gotta hit like triangle for it to actually like confirm it.
But Haddonfield is regarded as like one of the strongest survivor maps, especially if you bring Balanced Landing.
Yeah. Who should I play?
I won't put on Windows of Opportunity because it'll kind of be distracting. Whatever I've got is fine, but let me change the map. Might as well go back to Haddonfield. Where the heck is it? Oh, it's just the single map. Okay, now it should be on Haddonfield, and if it's not, then something's wrong.
Ready?
Yeah.
Are we like gonna be going over like perks as well?
No, I'll save that for another time. I'm just going over like general looping, and I think when we're done with Haddonfield, I'm gonna call it a day.
Alright.
Oh, it spawned me on hatch. This is not the map I picked. What the heck, game? Okay, let's just leave this and put a map offering for Haddonfield, because this is stupid. It would be funny if it gave a DC penalty.
Oh my god, imagine.
It was funny, we were playing Survive with Friends one time, and some guy came into the lobby with a freaking matchmaking penalty, so we had to wait like 5 minutes.
Oh my god, that's
It made
why you
all
don't
of
leave
us
games.
wait.
Why you don't leave games.
Why is it still set to freaking random? I'm gonna put up a map offering anyway. It's gonna be guaranteed this time. The Strode Realty key, which I say reality key all the time.
This map again.
Yeah. Well, here's one of these loops I'm talking about. A pallet in the middle of 2 long sides. I mean, this is kind of shorter, but you know. And this pallet did spawn here this time.
Where you at?
I'm hoping those hedges spawn, and I'm hoping this house you can go into. And it looks like a Jinn actually spawned up here this time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it did spawn here. Sometimes when you go up these stairs, a window can be spawned here. And you're usually not fast vaulting by running from up here to down there. You're usually, you know, doing this and then this. And then the killer's like, what? And you get tons of distance on him because you start running this way or something. But like I said, this is kind of like that last building we looked at on the other match, where you can fall down from up here straight into... Oh, there's a window right there too. You can drop straight into this pallet loop and start looping it. And if you had balanced landing, obviously you'd be able to take your sprint burst all the way over here. And it looks like that hedge loop chose not to spawn again. And neither did the house that you can go into that's here sometimes. Reroll. And if it doesn't appear this time, then I guess I'll try to do it on my own or something. Now, if this game was more open source and there was a map creator or something, we could just choose to make those tiles spawn in. But they don't have it like that. And obviously, if you're starting to learn looping, I recommend Windows of Opportunity because I'm experienced and even I use it. Because it lets you know, like, where's a pallet and where's a window, because people run to Killer Shack or something so many times, like, it's gonna be easy to loop for a long time there, and then they find out that someone else dropped the Killer Shack pallet. And then they just went down. Especially on like the swamp maps where they just spawn nothing in the middle for you to run to and you get downed. With the Windows of Opportunity, you'll be able to see ahead of time if there's nothing.
Yeah, this one's a perk.
And maybe now that I'm a survivor, I can show what the actual looping looks like, because I was kind of making them use their imagination when I was the killer and you were just running around. Oh look, we're here again.
I'm at Michael's house, so I don't know where you're at.
Okay, those doors are not open once again. And it doesn't look like they've spawned the hedges. Poppycock. But now I actually get the chance to loot some of this stuff. Don't damage me and stuff, but like I'm running around here. This window's open sometimes, but I'm gonna see if I can actually try and fast vault that window.
No, let me get rid of the list.
You can fast vault that window, you just have to lean to the right a bit. So you're coming from down here? No. Oh, it was a medium vault that time, but I did get a fast vault. It's all about the technique. Yeah, you gotta be leaning to the right as you're nearing the top of the stairs, and then you would come from there into this. You're under the pallet again, you can see which direction they're coming. If you drop the pallet, then you can pretty much just sit at it, and if the killer's coming from that way, you slide over. they're coming from this way, you also slide over. Try not to mind game yourself. And sometimes when the pallet spawns here, it's even stronger because you can run around this way. Although that might be riskier and unorthodox. Sometimes the windows here you can link this into. A pallet didn't spawn there that time. It's a medium vault. And there's 2 long sides here, so he has to go all the way around. You pretty much have to get Bloodlust 3 or something to catch a survivor here. It's better to just break the pallet. And he probably could have got a hit there, but you know. But there's also this window here, so he's chasing you this way. And you get to react to which way he's coming. That was a bit late and he probably would have hit me, but you get the idea. This is another hard to mind game palette, because I can just sit here. And I would have mind gamed myself there. This main building though. You usually don't want to fast walk these windows because it just leads to this position which the killer can easily catch you in. Because you fast fall out here and you know, it's better to just run through this doorway in the first place. With this window is open this time. So you go all the way around here, and he doubled back and caught me, so he really got me there. But sometimes you can just wait here to make sure that doesn't happen. And then you can also go around this way with it. And then there's loops out here, you can link into that, like this window. I want to show off the upstairs, and then I think we're pretty much done for this map. But since this window spawned here, this one above the basement is closed. They can't both be open and they can't both be closed. But this is a single person gen at spawn this time, but if you hear the killer coming up, you let go of the gen and block this window, even though he blocked it. Or you could even medium vault this window and that's quick enough. Now they don't spawn an OP window loop or anything ever. Like if this window's open, they're not also gonna have this one open, because then you could just vault out this window, go around here, the killer slow vaults go into this one. Oh, we were there. But yeah, I drop off. And you want to be careful with these bushes right here, because you think, oh, I can just jump over those. No, there's an invisible wall that stretches up to the sky. So instead of dropping from there, you want to drop down here, go to this loop or something. And look, there's even a window. Pretty much it. I don't know where the hatch spawned.